and welcome everyone to the first ever West Spring Speed Cup for Kart Rider Rush Plus. Thank you for joining. My name is CM Iris, and I am super excited to bring this tournament to you guys. But it's not just me that will be here today. No, we have a special guest that you all know and love. Can you please welcome back to the racetrack, CM Jade? Oh, no sound. Jade's muted. Oh, here, let's see. Sorry, let me check real quick. Try again.
Okay. Can I be heard now?
Oh, no.
Can I get a test? Is this working?
Can you hear Jade now, friends?
Still-
Kind of low. Okay.
Still muted. Oh, I don't know.
Try again.
Hello, hello,
Oh,
hello.
oh my goodness, this is a little loud.
Oh,
Hang on.
sorry.
No,
I
it's
shouldn't
all
have shouted.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Hi guys. I'm CM Jade. I was the community manager for Kart Rider Rush Plus before Iris joined. Currently, I'm the community manager for Bible Story M and Darkness Rises. I'm recognizing a lot of people in the chat. I'm glad that I still remember you all. But yeah, I think I'm gonna attempt to cast today. I don't know if you guys have seen me cast before for Kart Rider Rush Plus, but it was horrible and I was really bad. But we'll see how this goes.
I'm sure you'll do great. We're here together, and we got all of our lovely friends here, so it'll be great. Sorry, give me 1 second, friends. I did not plug in my headset. Silly me. Anyways, but thank you for the introduction, CM Jade. But let's go ahead and before we get started with our matches, just want to kind of do a quick overview of our groups and kind of a quick review of the rules. So we did split up our 32 randomly selected participants down to 4 groups of 8, which will be racing today. First person to 50 points will be declared the winner with a maximum of 10 races. If nobody at the end of the maximum of 10 races reaches the 50 points, we're just going to take the top 4, and those top 4 will be moving on to the next round of races. So let's go ahead and take a look at our brackets real quick here. So for Group A, we got 10s, Milkus, Seals, Hustler, Lazy Kumo, Magenta, EU student, and Nom. So they will be the first up to race. For Group B, we got Vossler, Jisk, Aqua, Foritas, Tefu, Gogo, Seoli, and Cleo. Group C, sorry, let me check my notes just real quick. We have some wonderful friends as well. We got Pyromung, Dugun, Crazy 3, Gorgondole, Moon, Stars, Joint, Aru, and R2T Xian. For our final group that will be racing today, we have Yuna, Nana, Dolio Tiao, TXMP, Jowcake, Long Lost God, our wonderful little hashtag cute face friend, and Paramai. But let's not waste any more time, and let's just jump right into our first group of races. So this will be our Group A racers. Our first map is going to be up and down. We will be switching maps between races with no maps being raced twice by the same group. The maps will be reset once we go on to the next group. So let's go ahead and get started. Are we ready, everyone? This is exciting.
Oh my gosh, the chat saying that apparently these are the super speed pros.
Super speed pros.
It's gonna be a spicy match we have here.
I'm looking forward to it. But let's go ahead and start going. Oh my gosh, so exciting. So at the beginning of the race, it looks like we got Milkus, but it's quickly overtaken by Noms. Magenta close behind, with Lazy Kumo coming up in third. But everyone's kind of really all grouped together right now, so it can be anybody's race. We are starting out with...
This is so close.
It's very close. We are kind of starting out with a little more mild map, so This one's probably going to be really close, really exciting. Not too many tricky turns or twists in this map. But we still have Melkus up in the lead. Hustler close behind, trying to overtake him. Let's see who we got. Third EU student is also in the thick of things. Just past Hustler, but Hustler overtakes him once more.
I remember this map being a very very popular map that people do their like best trial runs on up and down village. I think that's right.
It does seem to be a very popular map indeed. I'm not sure, but for me, I just feel like all the turns, since they're just like perfect, like for drifting, they're not too sharp, not too short. You can just drift around those corners real easy and build up your nitro real quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at who's in the middle of the pack. We got Lazy Coo, followed by Magenta Tens, Seals, and Noms rounding out the group. Still can be anyone's game. Even the people towards the back of the pack are all real close to one another. And we have Seals here, drifting around the corners beautifully, building up that nitro charge. And it looks like we have our winner, with Milkus coming in first, EU student in second. We'll get the rest of the standings in just one moment.
Can I just say that you're 10 times better at casting than I am? I was very impressed, actually.
Oh my goodness. I have a little bit of practice, but not too much. So while we get our next map set up for the next race, we can do some slight highlights of this past one. Pretty exciting, pretty quick. It was over rather fast, but again, as chat was mentioning, these are some of the pros of the speed mode.
Hustler came in fourth.
In fourth.
Hustler, what happened? What happened out there?
We missed what was going on. We missed that last bit. Again.
Sorry, you know I always have to blame Hustler like a little bit.
Oh my goodness. But let's go ahead after, sorry, I'm just confirming all the results real quick so we can make sure that we get everything logged correctly. And we have all the results so we can keep track of where everyone's at. Okay, and we have Noms and 8th. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead and do our next track. Oh dear, where is my, there we go. So with that map done, let's see what our next map is. Dun, da, da, da. It is, there we go.
These maps are chosen. Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. No, go for it. Sorry.
Oh, are they chosen randomly?
So we have a set pool of maps that were selected due to their competitive nature that was decided by the team. We are randomly selecting from this pool which maps will be raced on. Once a map is raced on during a group, then it will be taken out of the pool. The pool will reset once the next group is going up to race.
Gotcha.
Yeah. My apologies, friend. There we go. We found it. Okay, and I think we're ready to go for our second race, so let's get going. Loading in right now to our Canopy Curve Forest. So still early on, so still can be anybody's group, I suppose. Yeah. And
That
off we
bear.
go.
Is that the bear from Line?
Yes, it's Orion's speed cart. So in this tournament, the only cart that is restricted is the Starship Solid cart. So we will see some of these running carts like the Orion speed cart being used.
Oh, is there a reason why that one cart is not allowed in this tournament?
Just because we did have some issues with players being able to obtain the cart, so we thought it would be best to just limit that cart for now.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. People are correcting me. The Ryan is from Cacao Talk.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, my apologies. I get confused between Line and Cacao Talk sometimes. But let's get back to the race. Currently in first, we have EU Student with Milkus right up next to him. Oh, and just overtook him with Seals close behind. Oh no, and the unfortunate crash into the wall as they tried to make that hairpin turn. Oh my goodness, that has set Milkus back. But we do have EU Student still maintaining the lead with Magenta close behind in the Ryan speed cart. Rounding out the middle group, we got Seals, Noms, Hustler in 6th, Lazy Kumo in 7th, and Tens in 8th currently. We're currently on the last lap, so the finish line is coming up real close. So if anybody wants to try to make a move now, would probably be the best time to do so. EU Student still has a commanding lead.
I can't tell if these players are just really fast or these maps are small because the races are over so fast.
Yeah, these first two maps are a little bit smaller, so the races are going by pretty quickly, but they are also very fast. But let's see, taking a look at the standings once again, we got EU Students. Milkus in 2nd, Magenta in 3rd, Seals 4th, and it looks like we had our winner with EU Student 1st place, Milkus 2nd, Magenta 3rd. Oh no, and unfortunately we did have a few players who were unable to cross the finish line. But our winners for this race would be EU Student 1st, Milkus 2nd, Magenta in 3rd, and Lazy Kumo, Seals 10s, Hustler and Noms unfortunately all did not finish that race, so they will be receiving a retire for that race. Let's go ahead and just log those results real quick. When a person doesn't finish the race, unfortunately, that means they do get -5 points to their total. So a little harder to get back up into the rankings, but still not impossible, as we still have we still have the 8 races to go, and we don't have anyone in a commanding lead just yet. But let's go ahead and we're going to do our point system real quick.
Iris, can you actually share the score checking or scoreboard with me so I can take a look at it?
Oh yes, sorry, my apologies. But yeah, let me get that to you. Lots of things going on. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of all the things. But I do appreciate everyone's patience while we get everybody all settled in for the points.
Oh, okay, I see. So this is how the points are distributed.
Correct.
Okay, I can help you with the next one.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so we got 10. Yeah, that will help us keep our races running smoothly, so we can get them going quickly. We don't break up the action too much, though we will be taking small breaks in between our groups just so we can get setups going all right and make sure everyone is ready for the races in the next group.
And are these points shared with the players?
So
the scoreboard?
We will be at the end of the groups. We will go before we start our next group. We will share the standings so everyone knows who it will be advancing to the next round of races.
Gotcha. According to Brian, it seems that our mic volume is a little low. Is that the sentiment from everyone else as well?
Just let us know and I'll be happy to adjust the volume for everyone. But we are good for this race. So let's go ahead and go in to our next map. Oh my goodness, it looks like the room accidentally closed. So let me remake the room real quick.
Yeah, it seems that our volume is too low.
Okay. Let me adjust that as soon as I get a new room going for our Group A racers. But let me adjust that right now. Okay. Just tell us if this is okay or if you need us to adjust a little more. Either way.
Yeah. Testing. How does this volume sound? This is good. Okay, I still understood it's good.
Awesome. Back on track. The middle time event. This is the halftime show?
Oh god, we didn't have anything prepared. No. We do.
Well, we can speak about the scores for the moment. So, in that last round, we had our top 3 players was EU student in first. We had Malchus come in second. And then for our third place person for that would be Magenta. Lazy Kumo, Hustler, Seals, Tens, and Noms unfortunately all did not finish that last race, so they did get a -5 for their totals.
Based on the standing, so at the point at the end, do you add up the point totals at the end of after all the rounds?
Yeah, we should be doing the point totals as we go. My apologies, because we want to make sure that if someone does hit first place or 50 points, then we end the matches, and that person gets first. And then the top 3 other players of the group, so essentially our top 5, will be moving on to the next group.
I see. Okay. So it looks like Milkus and EU student are tied for first place right now.
Exciting. Both with 17 points?
Yes. I think Magenta would be second, third. Would it be second because they're tied for first, or would they be third?
I believe that it would jump down to third then.
Okay. Magenta's in third place then.
Okay. So we have our room made once more, and we have our racers in. So let's get the map selection going so we can get on to our next race. And the lucky map this time, downtown Dubai. So let's get that going so we can go ahead and continue our wonderful little tournament. See who will win the races.
What was the map again, Iris?
Downtown Dubai.
Downtown Dubai. Oh, I like that map. It's very pretty.
Yeah, it's very urban-y with all the fun skyscrapers and things. Very pretty, as you mentioned. Okie dokie. There we go. Okay, so we have all of our racers in. So let's go ahead and start our next race. We're waiting on one person. Okay, sorry about that. We have one person who is making sure they got all their stuff selected. Once they are ready, we'll get going and start our next race and get back into game. Here we go. Downtown Dubai World.
Someone asked if the maps are used in this group, it can't be reused in the next group. Is that correct?
The map pool will reset once the next groups start. So gotcha. The same map pool will be used.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So there's 11 maps total in our pool. So the maps will be reset once the next group does their races. So we have our race started already. We have Noms in first place, quickly overtaken by Milkus. Hustler coming up in third, looking to make up some lost time with the points. EU Student in fourth. And there's a huge fight for first and third place right now. It's constantly changing as people are going around the curves using their nitros, making sure to manage everything properly.
Looks like no one took the shortcut there. Is that just I think that shortcut maybe actually slows them down. So I was surprised I'm actually sure it probably slows them down. I just was surprised to see that no one took the shortcut for that one.
Maybe
on the dirt.
Yeah, it might also be really risky too, because I know there's that concrete pillar there that whenever I try to take it, I always smack right into it. That might be why as well. The risk versus reward, not too great. But as we get back to it, Milkus is still in first place. We got Lazy Kumo in second, EU Student third, Magenta fourth, Hustler in fifth place, Nom sixth, Tens in seventh, and rounding out the group is Noms. We are on the final lap, about halfway through, so it could still be anybody's race. There are a couple tricky parts, especially if you're trying to go through the water shortcut. I know sometimes if I don't boost properly, I definitely miss that shortcut, but Milkus seems to have taken it beautifully. And approaching the finish line, we have Milkus in first, Lazy Kumo second, EU Student third. We'll get the rest of those standings in just a moment.
Ooh, Milkus is killing it out here.
They really are. My goodness. Will they be stopped? Everyone was able to finish this time, so that is good, but we'll go ahead and get those standings over as soon as possible.
You write those down.
Definitely. Sorry, let me just do something real quick to help out with that. Okay, so we did for that race. One moment, my apologies.
Jade, the shortcut doesn't save time and makes your turn harder. Oh, interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
Maybe the CMs will beat him. No. At least for me, I will absolutely not beat anyone. I haven't played in a little while, but even when I did play, I was pretty trash.
So for our standings for that last race, we had Milkus in first. Lazy Kumo came in second. Followed by EU Student in third. EU Student in third. We had Magenta in fourth place, with Hustler coming in fifth. Noms in sixth place. Seals in seventh. And then rounding out the group in eighth was Tens. So everyone was able to finish that race this time. So it means that we didn't have anybody retiring and getting that -5 points for retiring. So that's always good. Oh my goodness. Looks like we're having some trouble with the rooms again. Let me recreate the room just real quick. My apologies, friends.
Looking at the standings, it looks like Milkus is first place now. Has overtaken EU Student. EU Student now is in second place with 22 points. Third is still Magenta.
Awesome, awesome. So Milkus is still in a pretty strong lead here. but we still have a lot of races to go, though they are over the halfway point for points. So we'll have to see how this next round goes. It could be critical for a lot of people who to see if they're able to move on to the next round of races. But while we're waiting for our friends to rejoin us in the rooms, let's go ahead and pick out the next map, which is Secret Basement. So let's go ahead and get that set up.
With this pace, this tournament will last for 3 to 4 hours first day. I don't think it'll last that long. Considering how many groups do we have today, Iris?
We have 4 groups today.
Okay, so we're at 4 groups and we're a little over halfway. For one person has over half the points already. Oh gosh, maybe it will take a little while.
Yeah, this first day is probably going to be a long one for us all, but so I do ask friends to just hang in there with us as we're getting everything all set up, getting these races going. The next ones will be shorter, of course, because we are unfortunately losing some of our friends along the way. Of course, this is a tournament, single elimination, so that's just how it goes. But if there was a way for all of us to continue on in the race, that would be great. But again, it's a tournament, so we're gonna have to say goodbye to people sometime. But let's go ahead and get back into our races. Everyone is ready. Secret Basement is our next map, so let's go ahead and jump in to the game.
Oh yes, this map with the barrels. There's this one spot where it's like you have to move to the very right of the barrels, and it's like this tiny area for you to go through, and I could never hit it.
Oh no. Yeah, there's definitely some tricky parts to this map. So we'll have to see how everyone fares, especially with the shortcuts. But currently we got 10s in 8th, Magenta in 7th, Noms in 6th, Seals in 5th, Lazy Kumo in 4th, Hustler up there towards the front of the pack in 3rd, with EU Student in 2nd, and Milkus in 1st once more. The lead's growing, but there's still, since we're early on in the race, still on the first lap, still could be anyone's race. We had some changes in the standings. Hustler is now in 4th place, with Lazy Kumo now in 3rd. So we're rounding the corners. Everyone's taking them pretty smoothly. As I say that, though, EU Student accidentally bumps into a corner, but it's not slowing him down one bit. We got the front of the pack and most of the rest of the pack now on their 2nd lap. To see who will take this race. We still have Milkus in a commanding lead in 1st place. But EU Student is starting to close the gap. See if they'll be able to take the shortcuts to catch up. Hustler's in 3rd, looking good there. But Lazy Kumo is quickly catching up in 4th place. We'll have to see how this goes. The next couple curves could be key as they go onto the straightaway here. Hustler's still in 3rd place, but battling out with Lazy Kumo, who is right behind them. Magenta in 5th place, Seals in 6th, Noms in 7th, and 10's rounding out the group right now in 8th place.
Wow, I feel like the standings for 1st and 2nd haven't changed like the entire race. Milkus in 1st and EU Student 2nd. It's pretty much stayed that way the entire race.
It has been. It's been a really close race between those two. But we have our final standings that everyone is crossing the finish line. Milkus in 1st, EU Student 2nd, Lazy Kumo in 3rd, Hustler in 4th, Magenta 5th, and sadly Seals, Noms, and 10's did not cross the finish line. So we'll be taking that -5 for retiring. So Milk is first with 37 points total right now. EU Student has made it in second with total of 29 points. Lazy Kumo in third is total of 12 points right now. Hustler in fourth with a total of 6 points. Magenta was in fifth for that race. So with a total of 15 points. And then we have Seals, Knobs, and Tens all did not finish, so they did get the -5 for the retiring for that race. So do have Melkus is in kind of a strong lead right now. We'll see if anyone's able to catch up to him and up to them, and see if maybe we can. If they're able to close the gap in the points. But let's go ahead and get our next map, which is dun, 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 Hidden Treasure. Go ahead and mark that off. So let's get that map up and going so we can get our next race started. It's getting pretty close with Milkus having those 37 points, but we'll have to see. Maybe this map is key. Maybe it is one of somebody's favorite maps and they just know it like the back of their hand. We'll have to see.
Hidden Treasure. I don't really remember this map, to be honest. Is this like a pirate related map?
I believe so. It's one of those ones for me. It's like when I hear the name, I'm just like, huh, it sounds familiar. But once I see it, I know it. It's one of those. Yep. So we have our Hidden Treasure map, which was from pirate themed. So we have all of our racers seem ready. So let's go ahead and jump into the next game. Our next race, I should say. Hidden Treasure Pirate. Everyone's cheering for their favorite people. Lots of cheers for Milkus right now. And we're off to the races. Lazy Kumo in first. Milkus close behind, but it seems like they closed the gap and they're now in first place. With Lazy Kumo second, EU Student in third. Tens just dropped down to fifth. Everyone's fighting for their spot here in the beginning, with a couple tricky curves coming up, but it seems like everyone made the gap for that turn. Let's see, Noms in 8th place, Hustler 7th, Magenta in 6th, Tens in 5th, Seals in 4th, Lazy Kumo in 3rd, with EU Student in 2nd, and Milkus at the head of the pack.
Wow, similar to the last race, Milkus in first and EU Student in second. Seems always these two at the front of the pack in that order.
Yeah, they definitely have had a strong showing for these races so far. With Lazy Kumo, let's see, EU Student is trying their best to catch up to Milkus, who is just has a bit of a gap in between them and everyone else. Lazy Kumo is pretty close to EU Student though, so let's see if maybe they're able to catch up and overtake them. Magenta in 4th place, has a sizable gap between them and Lazy Kumo, but you never know. We're on the last lap. We have a couple tight curves come in. Might have someone run into a wall or anything. You never know. Milk is still going through these curves pretty smoothly along with EU Student. Lazy Kumo hit a couple walls, but was able to make that tight shortcut curve pretty easily. You guys make this seem so easy. EU Student now in 3rd, Magenta in 4th place, Seals in 5th, with Hustler in 6th, Tens in 7th, and Noms in 8th. But it seems like we have our winners here with Milkus taking first place once again. And we'll get the rest of the standings to you in just one moment as the rankings load up. We got Melkus in first, Lazy Kumo in second, EU Student in third, Magenta in fourth place, Hustler, Seals, Noms, and Tens. Unfortunately, all did not finish that race, so we'll be taking a retire for that round as well. But looking at the standings currently, as CM Jade is awesome in helping me keep track of everything, we currently have Melkus in first place with 47 points total. After that, we have EU Student in second place with 34 points total. Magenta, let's see. And then we have a tie for third place with Magenta and Lazy Kumo, 19 points apiece. And we're getting the rest of the standings for you right now as we calculate the rest real quick. For that race, CM Jade, we had Tens retire for the -5.
Mm-hmm.
Hustler retired for the -5, as well as Seals. And then we have the rest of our group there. Okay. So current standings would be Melkus in first place with 47 points. EU Student and third in second with 34 points. We have a tie for third with Magenta and Kumo, 19 points. And looks like we're having a little trouble with our rooms once more. So let me remake that room real quick. So we can go ahead and take look at the rest of our standings. So we left off with our tie with third place with Magenta and Lazy Kumo, both have 19 points. With our fifth place being Hustler with a 1 point. Next being Noms with -9 and Tens with -11, rounding out the bottom of the group. So we're on to our sixth map. Melkus is very close to getting the 50 points to end this group round. So we'll have to see what happens in round 6. So let's go ahead and pick out our next map. And let's see, it is... Da, 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 da. Cosmic Canyon.
Ooh, okay. I know this map.
Yeah, this one's a little tough.
I remember this map to be like the most difficult out of all the maps. I don't know if that's still correct. Maybe there's been new maps, but that's what I remember.
But let's go ahead and get that cosmic map up along with our Cosmic Canyon, my apologies. Let's get Cosmic Canyon up with, as we wait for our friends to rejoin us. My apologies again, everyone, as we're having troubles with the rooms staying open. But hopefully we can get this all figured out for the next time before we race again. Do our best to do so. But thank you so much for bearing with us as we go through this process. Get our friends. So what does everyone think so far how the races have gone? It has been a pretty uh, pretty similar race for Milkus and EU Student, who have been coming in first and second place. Who do you think is going to win for this group?
Looks like Milkus only needs 3 more points, which means this last round may be this next round may be the last round for Group A.
It's true. Let's see. If Milkus would have to get 6th, 7th, 8th, or retire this next race in order for the this group to continue forward with their races. So we'll have to see what happens next on Cosmic Canyon. I know this is one of the really difficult maps. Lots of twists and turns, and it's also pretty long. So I feel like not only do you have to be skilled, but it's also kind of a race of endurance, since this is a long map.
Is it the long? Oh, go on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No. We should keep it running.
Oh, that's all good. So we have everyone here. We're just waiting for one more player, and it looks like we're going to go ahead and start as everyone is ready. So we're loading into the map. Let's get that up for everybody to see. Good luck to everybody. Let's see what surprises are in store for this map as the race continues.
Ooh, did Magenta change cards?
It looks
I don't
like
think
they did.
Yeah.
To one of the running carts as well. I've heard that the running carts have an easier time going around corners, though I am not 100% sure on that, since the running carts I have are very limited. If anyone's able to confirm that, but it looks like we have Magenta. We have Noms in 8th, Magenta in 7th place currently, Lazy Kumo in 6th place, Woan up to 5th, pushing EU Student down. Seems like we have a lot of action in the back of the pack right now, but Tens, Noms, Lazy Kumo, Magenta making up the latter half of the pack, with EU Student in 4th. Hustler doing some work, pulling up into 3rd place now, with Seals in 2nd. Melkus is still in 1st, but the pack is not very far behind them, so let's see what everyone can do.
Oh wow, Milkus moved through those zigzags really smoothly.
It's true. Everyone here is making this map look easy.
Yeah.
Definitely a difficult map though, so it's no easy feat whatsoever. We got EU Student was able to hit the booster, so surpassed Hustler, and was able to take that shortcut to try to catch up to Milkus here. Milkus still kind of in a demand and like a huge lead. But something good to remember, this map, since it's long, only has 1 lap, so everyone has to do their absolute best to catch up to Milkus as fast as they can. EU Student in 2nd, Hustler still in 3rd place, Lazy Kumo in 4th, Magenta in 5th, Tens in 6th, Seals in 7th, Noms rounding out the group in 8th place. But let's take a look here and see Milkus has just crossed the finish line, ensuring their victory over this group, so we'll have to calculate the rest of the standings to see who the top 4 will be moving on. So congratulations to Milkus, and we'll get the top 4 players for this group calculated as soon as the race is done and we have the standings. So Milkus, EU Student, Hustler in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place respectively. Lazy Kumo in 4th place. We have Magenta in 5th, Seals in 6th, Tens and Noms unfortunately took a retire for that race. So give us 1 moment as we calculate the standings. So we got 1st place was Milkus with 57 points. 2nd place we had EU Student for that race. 3rd place was Hustler. Lazy Kumo came in 4th. Magenta, let's see, I can do Magenta, was in fifth. Magenta was in fifth with the 3 points. And then Seals was in sixth. And then both Tens and Noms retired for that race. So I'll just be highlighting the top 4 players who will be moving on this round. From Group A, we have Group A, first place, Milkus with 57 points. EU Student came in second with 41 points. Third place was Lazy Kumo with 23 points total. And in fourth place, our fourth player who will be moving on to the next round of races was Magenta with 21 points. Fifth place was Hustler with 6 points. Sixth place was Seals with -9. Seventh place was Noms with -14. And eighth place was Tens with -16. Congratulations, everyone, and thank you to everyone in Group A for participating. For now, what we're going to do is just take a very quick break so that we can set up for Group B and have those standings for you so that everyone can see how Group A went all together. So give us probably about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll be right back. go back to the stream. Whew. Okay, so we got that. Okay, and then here we got score A2. Okay, okay. So bracket 1. Wait, why is the Lazy Kumo wrong? What? Oh, no, you're right. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome back everyone to the Kart Rider Rush Plus tournament. Oh.
They can't hear anything. Hello? Oh. Wait. Am I muted as well? Oh, I think Iris, you're muted.
Hello, friends. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that, friends. Okay, so we did have a little delay in the calculations, but we should have everything worked out for now. So let's go ahead and show the brackets for Group A real quick. So we did have Melkus come in first place. We have the first 5 maps here shown with EU Student in second, Lazy Kumo in third, Magenta in fourth. Hustler came in 5th place with Seals in 6th, Knobs in 7th, Tens in 8th. We have the totals right here at the end after we finished the map 6th. 57, 41, 23, 21, 6, -14, -20, and then -20 at the bottom there with Knobs and Tens. But let's go ahead and move on to our next group of participants. So we're going to have our Group B. So let's go ahead and take a look at who is going to be on there. It's Vossler, Jisk, Aqua, Foridist, Tetofu, Gogo, Salo, and Silo. I feel like I'm going to have a hard time getting those names right because they sound so similar to each other. But as we just need to go ahead and pick the first map, and then we'll go ahead and jump into game. So our first map for Group B will be the Bridge of Fate. Let's go ahead and mark that. So let's get that set up for everyone. And then we'll jump right into the game and get Group B going.
Yay! The maps are reset, right? So we might see some repeat maps from the previous group.
That is correct. So we'll have, we may have some repeat maps coming up since we only have a pool of 11 maps, and it does get reset once the groups, our new group starts. So we have the Bridge of Fate. We're waiting on one more person to be ready. It looks like we're all ready, so we're gonna go ahead and start and load into the race. Thank you again, everybody, for bearing with us as we're getting all the technical things worked out, but it looks like we're gonna load quickly into the race. And here we go, everyone. We'll be starting the race shortly, and here we go. So in first place, right off the bat, it looked like Go-Go, but they got overtaken by just to get back into first place with Salo in first. But since the group is really close and packed together, we have everyone is pretty close, and the places keep changing. Oh my goodness, we had a couple unfortunate crashes back there. So currently we have Tetofu in first place, Jisk in second place. Oh no, but they got caught up against the wall when they tried to take the shortcuts, and they got knocked back. So Vossler was there to fill the gap, but has now been overtaken by Foridis, but back up against the Volster in second. Foridis in third place. Cleo in fourth. Fifth place we got Jisk. Sixth we got Cielo. Seventh Aqua. Seventh, and then eighth place Go-Go. But since this map is a little bit shorter, we do have 2 laps though, so it could still be anybody's race, especially with that tricky shortcut that everyone likes to try taking. It really does reduce your time, I feel, but it does kind of have a small clearance. It's very easy to run into the wall there.
Looks like there's a pretty big gap between Tetofu and the rest of the players in first. Tetofu in first place.
It's true, he does have a commanding lead at the moment, but let's see if maybe coming up against this shortcut. No, we went through it rather smoothly. Now, almost see if we're taking the second shortcut. They also took that one rather smoothly, but let's go back a little further to see what's going on with the rest of the pack. We got Burritos doing their best. They're taking these corners rather smoothly, so perhaps they'll be able to catch up to Tetofu. In third place, we have Bossler, who's right behind Burritos. Cleo, fourth place. Jisk in fifth. Go-Go in sixth. Aqua in seventh. And Cielo is in 8th place, but we have our winners cross the finish line with Tetofu in first, Burritos in second, Balsler in third, Cleo in fourth. We'll get the rest of those standings in just one moment as we get the rankings. Tetofu in first, Burritos in second, Balsler in third, Cleo fourth, Jisk fifth, with Go-Go in 6th place, Aqua in 7th place, and Cielo unfortunately did not finish that map, so we'll be getting a -5 for their scoring. Let's just record those real quick. So we got 6th place for Go-Go for 1 point. Let's see, who are we missing? We got Go-Go 6th with 1 point, and Aqua came in 7th for 0. Okay, it looks like we got all of our standings good for this round. So let's go ahead and take a look at what our next map's going to be. And the next map will be let me just double. Oh my goodness, we went into the race. I am so sorry, friends. Let me see if I can cancel this race. I'm unsure if we're able to, since it already started. My apologies. That was my fault, as I wasn't able to cancel it fast enough. Let's go ahead and see real quick. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're able to quit, so we're gonna have to run this race through. I do apologize for that, friends, but this race will not be counted towards the scoring since it is the same map. But let's get the next map set up so that we can get that changed quickly once this race is over. So the next map will be Pirates Bay. But while we have this race going, let's go ahead and practice our casting. Jade, we can never get too much practice for that, but we do have Tetofu in first still. A lot of people going through that shortcut.
Do you want to show them the practice run?
Oh, I am so sorry.
Not.
You're correct. It is not showing up. But yes, so this is, again, that was my fault. My apologies for not canceling this one quick enough. But we're having a practice race as the map was not changed fast enough. But we'll go ahead and show this one. We practice our casting. Tetofu's in first place once more with Go-Go in second place. Third place being Jisk. Fourth being Cleo, Aqua in fifth, Burritos in sixth, Cielo in seventh, and Vossler in 8th place. But hopefully with this extra map going in, everyone gets a little bit more of a warm-up so they are able to do the best that they can in the tournament. But it seems like once again, Tatofu is kind of has that commanding lead. Though it looks like is that Gogo who's kind of sneaking up on him there. Do you think he's gonna be able to pass him on the inside? And he does.
Oh my gosh, this is so close.
It's incredibly close. Gogo it's still in first place, while we have Itoku trailing behind, not that far, but we have our the practice race completed with Gogo getting first place, Tatoku in second, very close behind them, Disc in third. And let's get the rest of the standings for the practice real quick.
I bet Gogo's wishing that this was the first run, not the practice.
Definitely. So let me go ahead and change that one and before that starts. Let's go ahead and get our second map up, which was Pirates K. I put Bay there, but it's actually Pirates K in game. So let's go ahead and get that map sorted for us, and we can get the actual second race going. So here we are. We got our second map. Just waiting for our friends to be completely ready. Everyone's ready, so let's go ahead and load in. Loading into matches.
Right, everyone should be super warmed up now.
Yeah, super ready for this race. It's true. Okay. Any predictions for this race, Jade? What do you think?
I don't know. So first place was Tatofu for the first round, but it looks like it was Gogo. Gogo surprised us and got first place in the practice run. So I'm kind of curious how he's gonna do. Okay, they're already in first place.
Yeah, but it seems like we have. Oh, I was gonna say it seems like we had a couple of different people in second and third, but Tatofu has snuck his way back out there while we weren't looking. But Cleo, it's a fight between Cleo and Tatofu for second right now as everyone's going around these corners. Oh my goodness. Fritas was able to overcome everyone in second place, but was quickly passed by Tatofu. It is just a crazy battle going on right now. Cleo in third, then in fourth, and back in third. Oh my goodness. Fritas in fourth, just in fifth.
This is really tight.
Oh my goodness. Seems like Fritas slipped up a little bit there and got dropped back into fifth. Going back up to the front. Yeah, this is a pretty close race, but Gogo seems to have a pretty commanding lead right now, with a huge gap between them in second place and Tatofu. But let's see how Tatofu is doing right now. He's kind of doing really well going around these curves, taking it as tight as possible, not running into walls, and using his nitro efficiently. We got Cleo right behind them. We are on the second lap, so it could be close for second and third. Oh, but Gogo smacks into two walls. Is that enough to allow other people to catch up to him? The finish line is in sight, so it might be close. Tatofu can see him. He's in his sights using nitro, but Gogo was able to cinch the lead for this one. What an exciting race. My goodness.
Oh, that was so close.
That was a very close race. I got real nervous there when he bumped into those walls. But congratulations.
Yeah, no. When you got louder, I was like, oh my gosh, Iris sounds like a real caster right now.
Well, taking a look at the standings, we got Gogo in first, Tatofu in second, Cleo in third, Jisk in fourth, Aqua fifth, Faritas in sixth, Volsar in seventh, and then Cielo unfortunately did not finish that round. So we're gonna go ahead and get those standings up real quick, and then we're also going to select our next map to keep this this train going. let's see here. So our next map will be for Group B. Da, 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 da. Did we already do this? No, that was for our last group. So we have a returning map from our last group of participants. We have Cosmic Canyon for our this group. So let's go ahead and get that map up onto the docket. While we finish getting our standings inputted. All right. This looks like we're ready to go.
We are good.
Good to go. All right. So let's go ahead and we have our map selected, Cosmic Canyon. Looks like all of our racers are ready, so we'll go ahead and start and load into this race. Again, this is another tough one. Lots of crazy turns, but also very long, even though it's only one lap. So let's see how this one goes.
Cosmic Canyon. I love watching races on this map. So entertaining.
It is. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, friends. Especially since everyone's... Oh my goodness, Go-Go just hit the wall and dropped down to 8th. I am so sorry. I was about to finish the thought, but it didn't go through as this race is already starting to be really exciting. We have Jisk in first place. But quickly, they're having a fight between Jisk and Tatofu for first and second. Tatofu seems to have pulled out in the lead, but the pack is right behind him. Still could be anyone's race, of course, because one is the beginning and two, they're all really close together. Now, a lot of these roads over here didn't have guardrails, but it looks like most people got through okay without falling off. Can't say the same for myself as I run through this map. I definitely fall off the cliff quite often.
I feel bad. I feel bad.
It's a mood. But Tatofu's still in first place, Cleo in second, Go-Go in third, but moving up to second. Everyone's real close behind them. Let's see, Cleo's in third. Oh my goodness, what is happening? Aqua in fourth, Coritas in fifth, Jisk in sixth, Bossler in seventh, was Sayalo in 8th place. So let's go ahead and take a look at the front of the pack. We've got these difficult turns one right after another, but you guys make them look so easy, taking them so smoothly. And now Tatofu got knocked out. Oh, nope, but he's back in first again. Still, we're having this duel between Go-Go and Tatofu for first and second place. With Cleo not far behind them. Oh, but they did miss that crucial booster that could have possibly saved their nitro so they could catch up. But we still have a bit of the map to go, so let's see as they go through the tricky shortcuts. And Go-Go is coming up on the finish line. It looks like Go-Go will be finishing in first, with Tatofu in second, Cleo third. And oh no, you hate to see it. Sayalo was right at the finish line. They almost crossed. But they will be taking a retire for this race.
So close.
So close. I believe.
Oh my gosh. Go-Go's on fire. They were kind of holding back on that first round.
I feel like they were a little bit. They hustling people. My goodness. But we'll go ahead and get those standings inputted, and we'll get our next map selected. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out what the next map is going to be. And map is going to be, we just did that map, so not that map. Next one will be up and down. So a little bit more of a chill map compared to the last one. I feel Cosmic Canyon is definitely one of the more difficult maps. So let's go ahead and get up and down on there, ready for the next race. Okay, let's take a look here. I feel like I always remember where they are, and then I look where it is, and it's definitely not there. So I definitely gotta memorize where all these maps are so we can get this to be a little more efficient, but that's okay. Okay. But taking a look at our standings, how's everyone faring so far, Jade?
Well, in first place we have to. Hold on, I
No
did my math
problem.
wrong.
It's all good. We'll double check before we release the final standings too.
Okay, I got it. Okay, so first place is the Tofu with 24 points. Coming up close behind them is Gogo with 21 points. Third is Jist with 11 points. Fourth is Foritas with 8 points. Tied for fifth is Bossler and Aqua with 6 points. And Seoli is in 8th place with negative 15.
Okay. Well, it looks like we're almost at the halfway point for this group as well as Tofu in first place at 24 points. So let's go ahead and not take any more time and get right into the next match, next race. Go ahead and start. As soon as that loads in, there we go. Okay, so we have the Up and Down Village map for this one. Again, a bit more docile in terms of difficulty when compared to our previous map. So let's see how everyone does. And we're off with, oh my goodness, so Go is in first place at the moment, but is having to fight to keep that placement as Aqua is coming up right behind them. But Tofu not far behind them in third place, Vossler in fourth place. Taylor now in sixth with Cleo in fifth. Jisk in seventh and Brutus in eighth place. But we're all pretty close to one another, so this should be another exciting race. Can still be anyone's game. Again, this map's a little shorter, so we got the 2 laps going on instead of the 1 lap. But everybody is taking those corners beautifully. No trouble here. Not yet. But we have a slight tap on the wall by Faritas, but they seem to be making up a little bit lost time by using their nitro to catch up. Cleo in 6th place. So let's go ahead and take a look at the front of the pack. We got Gogo here doing their best to keep distance between them. In 2nd place, the Tofu, who is right on their tail. As we get to the straightaway, we'll see how well everyone builds up their nitro. Aqua's still in 3rd place. Doing their best to run as fast as they can with those cute little bear legs.
Watching that part is so funny.
It's amazing. But let's go ahead and also take a look at some other people here. We got Faritas in 4th place. They can definitely see 3rd place, but let's go ahead and take a look at our first place. We got Tofu, the Go-Go in 2nd, Aqua in 3rd, Faritas in 4th, I believe. We'll get those standings again in just one moment. Tofu first, Go-Go in 2nd, Aqua 3rd, Faritas in 4th, Cleo 5th, Bossler 6th, 7th is Jisk, and Sarlo unfortunately did not finish this time. Nice try though. I believe in all you friends. This turned out to be crazy exciting matches. Let's go ahead and we'll get those standings inputted and we'll get our next map going. All right, so next map, from what we can see, we just did that map. Let's do a different one. All right, so we got this map, which is Canopy Curve. So let's go ahead and get that one set up. While we take a look and add up the totals for that last race. So far for this group, let us know who your favorites are. Who are you rooting for? Let us know. I know there's a lot of friends in chat rooting for their friends and club mates. There we go. We got the next map up. And round 4 scores complete. It looks like we have Tofu in first place with 34 points. Gogo in second with 28 points. Faritas in no, my apologies. Cleo's in third with 17 points. Frida's in fourth with 12. We got Aqua and just tied right after that with 11 points each, followed by Vossler with 7. And Cielo is rounding out the end of the group with negative 20, but it's still, even though we're creeping close to that 50 points, we still have a bit to go. So let's go ahead and load up into our next map, which is again going to be Canopy Curve. So let's get going as all of our racers are ready. Sorry, quick water break before we start. Again, the adorable Ryan cart. Cute little bear legs.
So cute.
And we're off once more. And looks like we've got some familiar faces in the front of the pack with the Tofu in first, Go in second. But we do have a fight for third and fourth as everyone's pretty close to each other. Kind of grouped up here. Jisk in third, Aqua fourth, Wolfler fifth. Seems to be a fight for fifth, sixth, and seventh right now. With Fritas in eighth place, but can still see the back of the pack. So let's see what they can do. Perhaps they can overtake some people on one of the curves. The Tofu is really close to Go in second place, so still anybody's game for that placement. We have some of our trickier curves coming up right now. Let's see how everyone does. Sharp corners right after another. See how everyone fares. You guys make this look way too easy. I am jealous. But it looks like most everybody is getting through those curves pretty easily. No sweat. As we have a Cielo in 8th at the moment, Fritas in 7th, Bossler in 6th, Cleo in 5th, Aqua in 4th, Jisk is 3rd, the Tofu 2nd, and Go in 1st place. Who kind of has a commanding lead at the moment.
Oh, these races are just, it's like Tofu and Gogo are taking turns being first and second between each round. Very, very tight race between them.
It's crazy. I agree. As we can see, we're into Tofu's viewpoint right now. You can still see Gogo up into sight, so you might be able to catch up there. We are on our last lap, coming up to the consecutive curves quickly. Let's see how everyone fares on the second round of these curves. Gogo making it look too easy as he goes through everything. No issues. Tofu close on his tail. Cleo and Aqua are both fighting for 3rd and 4th place, but it looks like we have a finish with Gogo in 1st place, to Tofu in 2nd, Aqua 3rd, Cleo 4th. Jisk seems like 5th place, but we'll confirm it once again as soon as we get the standings back to the standing screen. Yeah, Jisk in 5th, Bossler, Boritas, and Cielo unfortunately did not finish, so they will be receiving a retire for that race. But we'll get those standings up to date as we pick the next map. So our next map, as we get those standings updated, will be Secret Basement. Back to the castle, friends. All right. So as we get this set up for the Secret Basement, we'll take a look at the standings in one moment as well, just so we can read those out to you, friends. So everyone knows where everyone is standing at the moment. So we're actually very close to being done with this group, as well as our first place Tofu has 41 points. So this next race could end it unless they get a 5th place or lower. Second place we have Gogogo with 38 points. Third place Cleo with 21 points. Next, after that would be Aqua with 16, Jisk with 14. And then we have Vossler with, my apologies, Faritas with 7, Vossler with 2 points, and then Cielo with negative 25. But let's go ahead and jump right into the next race. We have our secret basement map. Everyone seems to be ready to go, so let's go ahead and start. We're loading into the secret basement map.
Oh, this could be the last round.
This definitely could be, so let's keep a close eye on everybody as they go through the twists and turns of this map. And we're off, and we have Tofu in first place as well, but Gogogo seems to have snuck right fast in there, battling it out for first, second, and third place. It seems like we had a little bit of trouble as some people did drop in the rankings. Currently we got Gogogo first, Tofu second, Cleo third. Oh no, we had a little bit of trouble there, it seems. We're going around the corners there. So Tofu did drop to third place. We're speeding up the ramps. We have the Gogo in first place with a pretty commanding lead, but Cleo seems to be almost right behind them, just a corner or two behind. So let's see if they'll be able to catch up. Tofu has made their way back up to third place, but they hit the wall, slowing them down. I don't know if they'll be able to catch up, but let's see. Jisk is really close, right behind Tofu in fourth place. Silo has made their way up to fifth. Vossler sixth place. Farita seventh. Aqua in eighth place. Taking a look back at the leader, Gogogo still has a huge lead, and it seems to only be growing. But Cleo's doing their best to catch up. What do you think, Jade? Do you think Cleo will be able to catch up to Gogogo before the end of the race since we're on the second lap?
I think it's going to be difficult. Gogo has quite a huge gap right now. So it needs a little bit of a miracle for Cleo to catch up to Gogo.
That's true. It might be a little rough, but maybe, who knows? Maybe Gogo will clip a corner or hit a wall. But we'll see. They are pretty close to the end of the finish line here, with the Tofu trailing not too far behind as well. Everyone is just coming out of the vent right now, it seems. Our Aqua and Cielo just coming out as well, and we have crossed the finish line with Gogogo in first, Cleo in second. Looks like the Tofu will be taking up third, Jisk fourth place, Vossler in fifth. Or was Faritas might have snuck back in there, but we'll double check the standings once they load up. But that was quite exciting.
It is not the last round.
Oh my goodness.
We need one more round.
We need one more round. Oh my gosh. So we have our standings there, but that is so exciting. We get to do another round for this group. Tofu was not able to end it. So let's go ahead and pick our next map. As the standings are updated.
Oh my gosh, Tofu and Gogo are tied for first place with 48 points right now.
Oh my gosh. This is gonna be a close and
crap. Wait, I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
No,
Tofu
okay,
has
no
46
worries.
points. But it still could be either of their games.
Very close still. But it looks like our next map is going to be Korea Circuit. So let's go ahead and get that map up on the docket, ready to go as soon as we get this round's scores updated. Okay. So let's there's a Singapore circuit, but we need a Korea circuit downtown. There we go. We got Korea circuit. Ready to go. And we will begin after we just do a short update on the standings. As Jade had mentioned before, GoGo is in first with 48 points to Tofu in second with 46 points. It seems that third place is currently Cleo with 28 points. With our next being Jisk with 18, Akko with 11, Faritas with 10, and Vossler with 3, and Sealo in with negative 30 currently. So this will probably could be the last race unless GoGoGo and Totofu get 6th place or lower. But let's see what will happen on the Korea circuit track. Looks like everyone's ready, so let's go ahead and load in. Again, it's been very close, so who knows, it could still be anyone's race. And again, the top 4 from each group will be advancing.
Alright, this is going to be an exciting one.
It's very exciting. And we have the race beginning, but we already have GoGo and Totofu looking to take first and third. Faritas in second. They're doing their best to catch up as they have been a little lower in the standings in previous races. But we have Totofu in 4th place. GoGo. So GoGo in first. Cleo in second, jumping up from that 3rd place. Totofu in 3rd. Faritas in 4th. Aqua 5th. Just 6th. Vossler 7th. And Sealo in 8th place. But everyone's still kind of pretty grouped together. No one has a commanding lead yet. So there's still plenty of time for people to catch up as this racetrack is 2 laps. We have Totofu there sneaking up into first, but gets knocked back down to second. First again, but hits the wall. It's tragic. Slowing them down to 4th place. We have GoGo in 1st place. Aqua in second. Was in second, but overtaken by Cleo. Seems like we have, oh no, a couple of other people hitting the walls as some reset to get their bearings again. We have to go in 1st place, but followed close behind with Cleo and Totofu. Faritas in 4th. Now in 5th. 4th, 5th. The fight back here in the second half of the pack. Just in 6th, Walter 7th, Silo in 8th. Going back up to GoGo, the battle between GoGo and Cleo. It seems like GoGo is able to get a bigger gap, separate itself from Cleo, and take 1st place with Cleo in 2nd. Totofu 3rd, drops down to 3rd place for this race. And we'll get the rest of the standings as soon as the rankings load. But I think that's it for this group, so we'll add up the rest of the standings and get those sorted. GoGo 1st place, Cleo 2nd place, Totofu 3rd, Aqua in 4th, Jisk in 5th. And we'll have the rest of those updated for everyone so that we can get the final standings loaded in for everyone and calculated. But congratulations to all of our racers in Group B. You all did amazing. Good job. I'm proud of you all. It's no easy feat being in a tournament. The nerves, the pressure, but you guys did it. You guys are amazing. So as we get
Iris is so supportive. Oh my goodness.
Because everyone in this community is so amazing and supportive. I want to make sure I'm as supportive as possible to all you friends. But as we're getting those standings calculated, we'll take another short break just so we can get our next group, Group C, up and ready for their set of races. So we will be right back, friends. Hold tight. And we're back, everyone. Thank you for being so patient and waiting while we are getting the scoreboards and everything situated. But we do need to take a break just for one moment, as Jade will have to does need to depart for now. So, anything you want to say before you go, Jade? We'll miss you.
Yeah, sorry guys, but I actually have to leave right now. I had something planned. I didn't realize the tournament was going to take so long, but I'm really glad to see that there is a tournament in place. It's something that I was working on before I left. I'm so glad to see that Iris brought it to life. So good luck to everyone. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Sorry, I have to leave early.
It's all good. Thank you again, Jade. We'll see you next time.
All right, sounds good. All right, bye guys. I'm
Bye.
gonna head out.
Okay. But thank you again, everyone, for your patience while we're getting everything situated. I know it's taking a little longer than what we have hoped, but I do want to go ahead and update those brackets again real quick. Give me one moment. I'm sorry. I need to think of a better way to have these updated while we're still broadcasting, so we'll have that ready for next time. But let me update those scores real quick. Just as a quick prefacer, we did not have time to put them in the proper order, so Vossler is not in first. It's in by which the order they were put into the groups. So for the second bracket, we will have the total showing who our top 4 racers will be. Let me just get that up there for you real quick. So that didn't update. One moment, friends. I apologize. Get the right one for you up there. Okay, so we have our top 4 racers for this group. We have Gogo in first place. I know it says in the 6th position, but again, we didn't have time to rearrange it to the proper order. I apologize for that. But we have Gogo in first place, Tofu in second place with 51 points. Gogo had the 58 points. In third place, we had Cleo with 35, and the last person rounding up our top 4 will be Jisk with 21. So congratulations, everyone, and thank you so much, Group B, for joining us. I appreciate you guys entering the tournament, and you guys are all amazing. So we will see the top 4 in Group B next time we do our streaming for our tournament. But let's go ahead and get back to it. We do need to go ahead and pick our next map for the tournament. And that will be dun, da, da, da. And again, remember the map pool does reset. So all the maps are open again. But let's go ahead and take a look here. We got Pirates K once more. We'll be revisiting one of the coolest pirate maps. So let me go ahead and get that up in the docket for now. And then we can go ahead and start the next race as quickly as possible, because I know we do have another group to do after this. So we do want to try to get this going as fast as we can, friends. So thank you again for being so patient with us as we get everything sorted out. But it looks like we have everyone is in from group C. So let's go ahead and once everybody's ready, we'll go ahead and load into the map. Okay, so let's go ahead. First map is Pirates K. Again, we're starting with a new group, so it can be anybody's map. Okay, and we're loading in, so let's go ahead and take a look at the race right now. We're off. We have OG Joy in first place, it looks like. But now it's R2T Xian in first with Stars quickly falling behind him. We have a lot of people vying for those top 3 positions. The fierce battle. And heading out the latter half of our pack, we have Food in 4th place. My apologies, one moment, friend. I made notes to make sure I know how to say everyone's name. But we have Hyrule Moon In 6th place with Dugon. In 5th, we have 7th, we have Crazy 8th, we have Gordola. Going back to 1st place, so it looks like Joy has just about ready to cross the finish line, start the second half of this, the second lap for this race. They do have somewhat of a commanding lead as they're rounding on the corners. Back to 2nd place, though, we have our friend Stars, who is not too far behind, but may need to have they'll do their best to catch up to our 1st place joint. We have Dugong moving up into 3rd place, but back down to 4th now with Moon replacing them. And in 5th place, we have our 2 T Xian, as well as Crazy in 6th place, not too far behind. And we have our Pyro Moon in 7th, Gorgonzola in 8th. But it looks like Joint is rounding the final corner to cross the finish line and finishes in 1st place. Star in 2nd. 3rd, we have Dugong. And 4th, Moon. 5th, RT. If they cross the finish line, they did! So let's go ahead and take a look at our rankings. Our final rankings for this race. Congratulations, everyone, for crossing the finish line so quickly. I'm proud of you all. We'll get those. So we have OG Joint 1st, Star 2nd, Dugong in 3rd, Moon 4th, 5th is Artesian, and we will get those final standings up for you as quickly as possible, everyone. And while we're waiting, we'll also get the next map loaded and ready to go. And it looks like we did have a few friends did not cross the finish line, unfortunately, but that is okay. Do your best. You'll be able to get higher rankings next time, I believe. But give me one moment as we get the standings sorted. All right, so we're getting those standings filled in. Awesome. So we have Joint in 1st place, Star in 7th. In 3rd place, we got Dugong, R2T Shen, followed by our players who are unfortunately unable to finish that race, Gorgondel, Crazy 3, and Pyrobung, but it still can be anybody's race because we're still quite early on in this group. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what our next map will be. And it is the Bridge of Fate. So let's get that going. We'll go ahead and start getting that loaded up so that we can once again start up our races as soon as I'm able to get the map up for all of our friends here. Bridge of Fate, here we go. I hope you all are having a fantastic Friday. I know I am because we're having this wonderful tournament. Okay, so we got the Bridge of Fate loaded up. I think we are ready to go. All of our players seem to be ready, so let's go ahead and start this race. Loading in here. All right, so let's go ahead and get this race going. Still anyone's group as we start. There we are. Joint taking a 1st place again, but having trouble hanging onto it as Moon sneaks in there. Joint following close behind and does actually surpass Moon. Seems that Moon had a little bit of trouble, is now been back in 7th place, but let's see if they're able to catch up with the rest of the pack as we're still early on in this race. Joint in 1st, we have Dugong in 2nd, Star in 3rd. 4th place is R2T Shen, and we have Paramong 5th 7th, and Crazy in 8th place. But again, this one seems a little bit more tame compared to our other map. So we'll have to see what everyone does as they build up their nitro around these corners, avoiding the cars, taking the shortcuts. We'll see how everyone does. OG Joint seems to have almost commanding lead in first place as he starts the second lap for this game. With Dugong close behind, but still can't quite see Joint in first place. Third place, the distance between second and third also seems to be getting even larger. But again, we have those obstacles like those cars that can totally sneak up on you. So it still could be anybody's race. Oh, we have R2T Shen tapping the wall, slowing him down just slightly. As we have the latter half of the pack all close together. Let's see if we're able to have anyone catch up to our first place Joint here, who still is building up their lead. But Dugong is now still in second place, closing the gap as best they can. But if I remember correctly, Joint is getting quite close to the finish line here. Just another corner, and they should be crossing it rather quickly to obtain first place. With Dugong and R2T Shen looking to cross the finish line, which they do. But will everyone else be able to make it in time? I don't think so. But congratulations, friends. Good try. We'll get the final standings for this match up and going. Got Joint in first, R2T Shen in second. We have Dugong third, Star fourth, Moon fifth, Perlmung in and Crazy and Gorgondole unfortunately did not finish that race. But that's okay, because we're still pretty early on in the standings. That was only our second race for this time. So let's go ahead and see what map we're going to load up next. And it is let's see. Up and down. This one seems to be coming up quite a bit lately in our randomizer. Might have to get an even randomer randomizer. But let's go ahead and get up and down, up and ready for our next race. Who is your favorite for this group, friends? Let us know. As I am looking for the next map. I believe. Up and down. There we go. So we got our up and down village. Take a quick look at the standings. But we're probably just gonna go ahead and start the next race, and we can get an update in a little bit for the standings. And so we'll load into our third race now. With all of our players ready, so let's get going. Good luck to everyone once again. Loading in here. And looks like we're getting ready to go. And we're off with Moon in first, but quickly being overtaken by Shen and Joint. Moon seems to have had a little bit of trouble back in fourth place, and now dropping to fifth. But let's see if they'll be able to catch up to the rest of the pack. We got Dugong fifth, now dropping to seventh, unfortunately. But it's okay because everyone is still pretty tightly grouped together, so it could still be anyone's race. We have Gorgondole rounding up the back right now, doing his best to manage his nitro and charge it up to catch up. Looking at Crazy 3 here right now in 7th place, close behind Dugong and Pyromung. In the top half of our group, we have Moon in 4th place. We're close behind Star and Shen, and Joint rounding up the top here. But it looks like Shen is doing their best to catch up here. They're just slightly behind Joint in 1st first place and see if they're able to catch up and overtake that first place spot. Star again, not too much farther behind, but it seems like the distance between third and second are growing even larger, while the distance between first and second is closing in as they're taking this curve, making it look way too easy. See if anyone accidentally clips a wall. Oh my goodness, and Joint hits a wall. Oh my gosh, it looks like Shan also hit a wall. Quick resets right here, and it looks like Joint's able to pull it out and still keep that first place with Xian in second, Star third, Dugong in fourth. We'll get the finalized standings for you in just one moment. That was a crazy race. All of these are crazy, but that was close. My goodness. So we have Joint first, Xian second, Star third, Dugong fourth, Moon fifth, Pyromong in sixth, Crazy 3 in seventh, and Gorgondole unfortunately did not finish that round. So let's go ahead and get our next map selected and loaded up while the standings are updated. So our next map will be dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Twirling Construction Site. Now, if I remember correctly, we didn't have this one come up in the other ones yet, so this will be exciting to see how this group handles this track. As soon as I'm able to locate it, and we'll put that up there and check the standings real quick to see if we can do a quick update on where everyone's placed right now. Let's see, Twirling Construction Sites. There we are. We've got this one. I'm not gonna lie. Just personally, this is a map that I dread seeing when I do race, especially when I go in rank, because I feel like this is a difficult map. Very difficult with some of those corners are just brutal. But let's go ahead and take a look at the standings real quick, see if we can get a quick update as they're almost ready. We're actually over the halfway point for point-wise because we have Joint in first with 30 points. My goodness, but second and third are all pretty close. Second place we have Shan with 17 points. Stars in third with 16 points. Currently we have, after that, my apologies, okay, sorry. After that we have Dugong with 14 points. Moon with 10. Pyromong with -9. Crazy with -10, and then we do have Gorgondole with a -15 currently. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our next race. Twirly Construction Site, everyone's ready, so let's go ahead and load in. My apologies, wrong screen, friends. Take quick water breaks for this screen load. Seems we have a pretty steady amount of at least one person using the Ryan cart. As I heard the running carts do have a slight advantage when taking the corners. But let's go ahead and take a look. We have everyone duking it out for the first couple places as their groups are still duking it out and using their nitros to see who will be able to take the top places for the beginning of this map. We have Joint currently in first. Dugong in second, Star in a third. Fourth place we got Pyromong, still pretty close to the top three. Fifth place we got oh my goodness, it keeps changing. So fourth place we have Pyromong. Fifth place we have now Pyromong as Shan overtakes them. Moon in sixth, Crazy in 3 and 7th, and Gorgondola in 8th. But this is starting to be part of the tricky parts. This corner in particular, very rough to get right. I know that Z corners can be insanely tricky. I have a really hard time with them. I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to get through them without crashing, because I have, you know, brakes do exist, but you know, you gotta go fast, just gotta keep going. But without further ado, back to our standings. We have Star, who's in first place, will overtake Joint, who is following close behind as they duke it out for first and second place. Third place, we have Shan, who's not too far behind, could possibly catch up to the front of the pack. Fourth place, we got Dugong, who's been followed close behind by Powermung. And for our latter half of the group, we do have Powermung in 5th, Moon in 6th. As we come up to these tricky corners, Crazy 3 in 7th. 8th place, Gorgonzola, who's trailing a bit far behind, but we believe in you. Go, friend! Go, go, go! Do not give up. We believe. Joint making that Z corner look really easy as he's sliding around these corners so smoothly. Star quickly coming up right behind with Shen right on their tail. We have Paramount leaping off the ramp, but it looks like we have our winners here. With Joint coming in first place, Star second, Shan third, as we get our final standings all situated. Let's take a look. What an exciting but difficult map. Joint in first place, Star in second, Shan in third, Paramount in fourth, Moon in fifth. Sixth is Dugong with Crazy 3 Gorgonzola, unfortunately not finishing this race, but do not worry, friends, we still have some more races to get through, so you never know who might catch up. So let's take a look and get the next map loaded in, with our next map being let's take a look here. We already did that one, so let's do the next one. We did that one as well. My goodness, we need an even more random thing. The most random of things. Okay, so the next one looks like it's going to be the Gate of Wonderland, and I don't think we have gotten a chance to see this map either yet this tournament. So it should be rather exciting, though if I remember correctly, this map is also a bit difficult, being classified as an L1 map, so definitely a harder map here, with a lot of harder turns and curves to master. So we'll have to see how everyone handles this more difficult map. Taking a look at the standings real quick, we're actually pretty close to ending this group as well, with Joint in first place with 40 points, followed quickly by Star with 23 points. Very close behind Star is Shan with 22 points, so only that 1 point difference. After that we have, my apologies, friends. After that we have Dugong in with 15 points. Moon with 13 points. And then, let's see, 13. And then we have Crazy 3 with, looks like we have negative 15. And Gorgonzola with a negative 20. I believe in you all, friends, but without further ado, we have the map selected. Everyone's ready, so let's go ahead and load into that next map. I do love this map, just the aesthetics of it all. There's rainbows and adorable things, so always a fun time. So I take a quick water break before casting this next race. And I believe in all you friends. Good luck! And as we have everyone duking it out for the front of the pack, we have Joint coming out as first place for now. But everyone is quickly closing the gap to get to him. With Shen at the front of the pack once more. Joint still in first place though, with the distance between them and the rest of the group increasing ever so slightly, going into the portal onto our wonderful road of rainbow into the next portal. Second place we have Shen here, making those corners look so easy, with third place rounding out Star, with Moon in fourth place as they go through the loop. Paramount in fifth place, Dugong in sixth, seventh Crazy 3, and Gorgonzola in 8th place. We believe in you all, friends. You got this. This is, even though it's kind of a longer map, It's best to remember that there is 2 laps for this race, with Joint just crossing the finish line to start the second lap. Shan's still not too far behind, but needs a little more nitro probably to catch up. Let's take a look at the rest of the group as they're rounding these first corners of the lap. Oh no, and Star unfortunately taps the wall, slows them down just a little bit, but they're still able to maintain their 3rd place with Moon closely behind, Jugong 5th, Paramount 6th, Crazy 3 in 7th, and Gorgonzola in 8th. Let's go ahead and take a look at our first place person currently entering the loop, with their lead growing slightly larger. Second place we have Xian, who is not too far behind. As we can see him dropping, we can see Joint in the first place, with Star not too far behind them. This could still be enemy's race, but we are getting towards the end of this race, so we'll have to see. Someone will have to do something quickly, but it's not enough time to do so as Joint crosses the finish line in first place once again. I do believe that might be the end of this group races, but we'll double check our standings just to make sure. And we have Joint in first place, Xian crossed next and second, Star 3rd, Moon 4th, 5th was Zhugong, Paramount was in 6th, but unfortunately Crazy 3 and Gorgonzola both did not finish that race. But let's go ahead and take a look at our standings, friends. I do believe that's the end of that race, but let's go ahead and take a look just to see. And we do have someone who reached 50 points, so we will be, that would be the end for Group C. As the rest of the, we're going to take a short break just real quick so we can calculate the rest of the totals, so we can get our top 4 players who will be moving on to the next rounds. So hang tight, we'll be right back in a few minutes. Thank you so much, friends. And we're back, friends. Thank you so much for being so patient while we're getting the final scores calculated and tallied up. We will show those final scores in just one moment. I just want to make sure that we get our next group up and ready for their races so that we can get the final group done tonight as well. Let's go ahead and get that sorted. Thank you so much, everyone, for your patience. I really appreciate it as we get everything organized and situated. But so far, it's been quite the exciting races. Many of these matches have been really, really close and down to the last second. But let's go ahead and get our standings updated for everyone. Again, please just bear with me for one moment as I update this really quickly. Again, it's not in the order of who is first. It's by how they were placed into the group, what order they were placed into the group. So just make sure you keep an eye on the scores for our top 4. So our top 4 for Group C will be with 50 points, going undefeated in this group joint, with a second place coming with 29 points, Xian. Third place, Star, with 28 points. With our final person to join us for this group being Dugong with 18. It was so close with Moon with 17 points right after Paramong with -4, Crazy 3 with -20, and Gorgondola -25. Congratulations, everyone, for completing your round of races, and congratulations to our top 4 who are moving on. But without further ado, let's get our races for our final group, Group D, underway. So let's go ahead and pick our map for Group D and get that started. So let's see who we have here. And it looks like we're gonna have return of Secret Basements. So let's get that map up and ready while we're waiting for the rest of the group to join us. Again, this one can be a little tricky with the tight corners and the narrow paths of a lot of the shortcuts. It does seem that we're missing some of our players, unfortunately, so we'll have to see who is able to join. We'll give a minute for everyone to ready up and join the group, and then we'll go ahead and get going. But so far, what has been your favorite races that you've seen right now? I know a lot of them were pretty close, and we had some crazy moments when people just clipped walls and were overtaken by other people. So let us know which ones you thought were super exciting. But let's go ahead and take a look at our matchmaking room. We're still missing some people. We'll give them the 1-minute warning. So we'll start our next race at 7:40 sharp. Hopefully we'll get the rest of our combatants in, our rest of our racers in here. If not, then we'll have to mark the others as disqualified, unfortunately. But we can still have an exciting race with the players that we have left here with us for today. Okay, so it looks like we're at our time limit, so we're going to go ahead and start Group D with the players that we have in here. We have 5 racers, so it might take a little bit longer just because we don't have all of the wide range of the 1 through 8th place for the points, but let's go ahead and get started with our first map being Secret Basements. One moment, we did have someone message. As we might have some issues with the room. Not existing. Hopefully that is not the case. We'll be able to get our last person in here quickly. If not, we'll end up making the room again just real quick. Sorry about that, friends. As we get this. Okay, so it is past our waiting period, so we will have to get going, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go ahead and load into Secret Basement. And we'll get everything loaded in. We're entering now. And we have our 5 racers. Loading in. We have Fireman, TXMP, as well as a few of our other friends. And we have our races starting with Parma in first place, followed by quickly in second by Dolio Xiao. But it looks like the standings are getting mixed up a little bit. Parma in first place. Second place we have our cute little hashtag bunny face, Doyoli Dolio Tiao in third place, Jiao Cake in fourth, and in fifth place we have our TXMP rounding out the bottom part of this group. But again, this is a 2-lap map, so it still can be anyone's race. Parma seems to be in a commanding lead, has quite the large gap going for them there, with second place hashtag Bunny Phase going really close, trying their best to catch up as they're going through those corners really smoothly. With third place Jiao Cake's coming closely behind that. Fourth place Do Liu Xiao is not too far behind Jiao Cake, so we'll see how this plays out. But Parma has a commanding lead, it looks like. Will anybody be able to stop them? And they pass through the shortcut with ease as they round the next corner. Again, we are on our second lap now, so we're going to have to see some major plays going. Oh no, and we have a slight hiccup on the wall there. Slow down our second place entrant. But Jiao Cake seems to be taking advantage of that and catching up. We can see the second place just right in front of him. But it seems like our first place is going to get ready to cross the finish line in just a few corners. So let's see if anybody's able to catch up with them as they make the jump. And cross the finish line. Paramai is our winner for this race. Let's see if our second, third, and fourth place. Oh no, it looks like we had some catch-ups on the walls. But it looks like, unfortunately, it seems that our other racers were unable to finish this map. It seems that we had some catches on the wall. So we have first place Paramai, second place hashtag Bunnyface in second, but Jiao Cake, Do Li Yo Tiao, and TXMP were unable to finish this race. But let's go ahead and get our next map ready to go for our last group. And here we are as we get the standings inputted. We have the next map is the return of twirling construction sites. So wait one moment while we just check the standings. Again, Parma in first, hashtag Bunnyface in second with 7 points. And then we have a 4-way tie right now for third place. So let's see what happens in the twirling construction site with its tricky corners. Let's see who is able to make it their way to the top after this one. Let's load into the game, and here we go. And it seems that we have a couple people changing their carts. With one of our players opting to choose a Fairy Tale Diz for their cart this round. Let's see if that makes a difference as we go into this new race. Hashtag IS gotcha. Thank you for correcting me. So we have hashtag IS on the Fairy Tale Diz cart, and who is taken first place but is duking it out with Paramite, but is not too far behind. And we have Paramite in first place with hashtag IS, following close behind with Dolio Tiao not too far behind hashtag IS as well, as they go through those tricky corners, difficult D curve. And we have a crash, it looks like, by Jade, who dropped down to 5th place, unfortunately, with TXMP in 4th place. Let's go ahead and take a look at the front of the pack as we see Paramite in a pretty big lead, but we have hashtag IS closing the gap. As we can see, both pretty close to each other. Third place is trailing a bit farther behind Doli Yotiao. Can't see the second or first place, but let's see if they're able to catch up. TXMP still has a hold of 4th place, doing their best to take those corners as smoothly as possible, along with Jade, who's really close behind. We have Paramite entering those difficult corners as they make the jump and perfectly turn and get through that Z curve with no problem. As you see, hashtag IS doing the same, but does have a little bit trouble with that Z corner, bumping into the walls. But let's see if they're able to catch up despite the small hiccup. Dolio Tiao also following close behind. But we are heading to the finish line as we have Paramite crossing in first, hashtag IS in second place. Oh, I got you. Okay, so that is their club. But congratulations, friends. We had, let's see, we have Paramite in first place with hashtag IS. In second, Doli Yotiao in third. Jade did manage to make finish line in fourth, with TXMP unfortunately not finishing this race. But we still have a lot of race to go through. But we'll take a look at the standings after we get the map selected and loaded up. So let's go ahead and see what our next map is going to be. And it looks like we'll be heading to the Gate of Wonderland for this next map. Again, a longer map, but it does have 2 laps with a few places where it's a little bit tricky. So we'll have to see how everyone fares and see how the standings are affected. But let's go ahead, and we're gonna take a look at the standings, but we're still calculating those right now, so we're gonna have to go ahead and just go ahead and start our next race. We'll take a look at the standings as soon as they are completed and ready. But it looks like we have a couple of cart changes, so it should be interesting to see how it affects this racing this time around in the next map. So let's go ahead and load into our next one, the Gate of Wonderland. And here we are getting ready to go off, start our race. We'll have to see who's able to handle these tricky patches with the cornering. Who will be able to do it well. As we first start off, we have a fight for first place, as always, with Jade temporarily pulling out in first, but Paramite quickly making up that distance. Jade is, my apologies, hashtag IS is not that far behind, though. You can clearly see that they're right on their tail of Paramite. Jade in third place at the moment, not too far behind, but still having trouble seeing first and second place, so let's see if they're able to catch up as they go through the portal. Jolie Yokiao is close behind Jade. Let's see if they're able to overtake them in this inner corner, which they did, but will they be able to hold on to that third place placement? Jade now in fourth, duking it out with TXMP in fifth place, but let's take a look and see where our first place is. Going through the portal, jumping back down to the roadway. Making that shortcut looking so easy is Paramite. About ready to cross over the finish line to start their second lap. Take a look at everyone else. Hashtag IS is not too far behind. Let's see if they're able to catch up by taking these corners as tightly as possible. But they did hit the wall a couple times, so it did slow them down. So let's see if they're able to make up for lost time. Oh no, it looks like Jade accidentally runs into the corner, sending them back into fourth place. Hate to see it, but it's okay because they still have some time for the beginning of the second lap with Jolie Yotiao in third place going through the portal. Jade not too far behind with TXMP trailing just behind them. We go back to first place with Paramai, who just exited the loop, going through the next portal. To make the jump down, they're nearing the finish line, so let's see if anybody's going to be able to catch up with them. Hashtag IS is not too far behind, but still have a hard time seeing where they are as Paramai is able to make that shortcut once again to finish in first place with hashtag IS in second. Third place, let's see if we're able, Jolie Yotiao is able to cross the finish line at the last second. But let's see our final standing after this race has been completed. We have Paramai in first place, hashtag IS in second with Jolie Yotiao in third place. And unfortunately, Jade and TXMP both did not finish this race, but we still have some more races to do, so not to worry. Still can be anyone's race, but we'll make sure to take a look at those standings. Pardon me. Before we start the next race, just so we have an idea of where we are at. But let's go ahead and pick the next map, which is we're gonna do Hidden Treasure. So let's go ahead and load up that map while we are waiting the rest of the standings. And it looks like they are just about completed, so we'll go ahead and start reading where the placements are currently. We have Paramai in first place with 30 points, so we are over that halfway point to getting to 50 points, so let's see how these next races play out. In second place, we have hashtag IS with 21 points, so not too far behind. They can still definitely overtake Paramai in first place to get the win. After that, we have Jolie Yotiao in third with 5 points. Fourth place is Jade with -6, and then we have TXMP rounding out the group at -15. So let's go ahead and start getting the hidden treasure map loaded and get these final races in. And we are loading in currently. What is your favorite map so far that have been played thus far? Let me know as we're waiting for these lap type races to go. Let's go. Okay, and so we have our hashtag IS is in the lead currently as we take off from the finish line, with Paramai following pretty close behind there, with only the take that inner corner very well and move up to first place with hashtag IS not too far behind. Third place we have Doli Yotiao. Not too far. I can see the first two places, so let's see if we'll be able to make up the lost ground and catch up. Jiao Cake is not too far behind them as well. You can still see third place, but it's starting to trail behind first and second. Let's see what they can do. They are almost overtaken by TXMP, but TXMP dropped back down to fifth. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what our first place and second places are doing. They just finished completing that tricky shortcut that could definitely lead to your downfall as you literally fall down. But they took it like it was nothing as we round out and go across the finish line to start the second lap. We have Jiao Cake in fifth, TXMP in fourth, Doli Yotiao in third, hashtag IS in second, and Paramai is now in first place with an ever-growing lead. So let's see if anybody's able to catch him. He seems to be the uncatchable person in this group as they're going through and taking the shortcuts, making it seem easy, no problem. And we're going through Doli Yotiao in third place, Jiao Cake in fourth, TXMP rounding out the group in fifth place. But it looks like we did do the shortcuts, and the shortcuts were done beautifully by both our first and second place players. Third place also able to get through the shortcut, no problem. We have TXMP is trailing a little bit farther behind, about ready to go through the shortcuts, but it looks like we have our first and second place winners. Will third place be able to finish before the time's up? It's going to be real close. Maybe they're going to use the nitro to get past, and they are able to finish. Congratulations to everyone in this race. Let's see our final standings at the rank screen. So we have Paramai in first place with hashtag IS in second place. Doli Yotiao came in third, with TXMP and Jiao Cake both unfortunately not finishing this race, but no problem, friends. I believe we will have at least one more race, so let's go ahead and take a check in with standings as we pick one more map for now. And yes, we do have our first place at 40 points, so it still will be ongoing. We'll be heading into round 5, so let's go ahead and select the next map for round 5. And I believe we already did that one, and we did, so let's go to our next one. And it looks like the potential last map for this group is downtown Dubai. But again, it can still be anybody's race, as our current first place person, Paramai, would have to get first place in order to end the race, or to end this group's races. So let's see how everyone does. We might have some more races after this as well. Downtown Dubai, let's get that going. Potentially our last race for tonight, but we'll see how our standings look. So currently we have Paramai in first place with 40 points. Second place is hashtag IS with 28 points. Third place is Doli Yotiao with 10 points total. Jiao Cake fourth place with -11 and TXMP with -20. So let's go ahead and jump into our next race to see what happens. Oh, my apologies. We're waiting on one more player to be ready, and then we'll go ahead and jump in. Oh, wait. We'll go ahead and jump in. So we will go ahead and start the next round of races in downtown Dubai. Let me go ahead and get that screen up for you, friends, as we head into this next race. And we're off. So let's see how everyone's faring with the beginning of this race. We have Paramai in first place currently, rounding that first large corner, with a hashtag IS not too far behind them. Billy Gotiao not too far behind. It looks like Jiaoping was able to take the corner a little bit tighter and just squeak by the third place person of Billy Gotiao, and has had the third place there. And it looks like many people are opting to choose to skip that shortcut, as I know it can be very risky with that concrete pillar that is almost immediately there that you have to dodge. But as we go around the next corner and people are building up their nitro, will they be able to take the next shortcut, or will they go around? Jumping across the water can be a little tricky if you don't have your nitro timed right or don't have any nitro up at all, but it looks like most people are able to skip across the waters with no problem whatsoever. We have hashtag IS, who's in first place, second place being Paramai, but is quickly able to overtake him on the next corner. But let's see if they're able to maintain that lead. Billy Gotiao is not too far behind, but having difficulty seeing first and second place, so they may need to do all that they can and able to catch up, with fourth place being Jiao Cake. And rounding out the end of the group is TXMP in fifth place. Let's go ahead and jump back to our leaders, who also chose to skip the shortcut for a second time. Rounding around the next corner, building up the nitro so that they can take a stab at taking the next shortcut across the water. Hashtag IS and Paramai are both very close to each other. They both make the jump, and they're turning the corner to hit the finish line. Let's see who's able to make it in first, and it looks like Paramai will be first in this race and also first in the groups, taking it with 50 points total. We have hashtag IS following close behind in second place for this race, and we'll have our final standings up in one moment. The final standings for this race, we have Paramai in first place, hashtag IS in second, Billy Gotiao in third place, Jiao Cake in fourth, and TXMP did finish in fifth place. So as we get the final standings up for you guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much, everyone, for being able to tune in and supporting the tournament. We really appreciate your guys' support, as well as everyone who is able to make it out and play in the tournament today. We appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Without you guys, we wouldn't have a tournament. So, you know, thanks to all you guys. Thank you so much. But let's go ahead and take a look at the final standings. We're going to go ahead and input those really quickly so that we can get those up on the screen for everyone to see. But yes, also just quickly, while we have the standings finalized, I do just want to do a huge shout out to the everyone who was able to make this tournament possible. So all the teams who work hard together in tandem with myself to make the tournament possible, as well as Callahan and CM Jade, who laid a lot of the groundwork for these tournaments. So thank you, everyone. And a special big shout out to our Kart Rider Rush Plus volunteer mods, as they have done so much work with helping making sure everything's been running smoothly and getting everything up and running. So I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for helping to make this tournament a reality. As I know, it was something that the community has been wanting for a while. So thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate you. But let's go ahead and get our standings updated. So we will have our next round of races. We're going to be skipping next week just due to some schedule conflicts. So we will be back for our top 16 racers in March. March is ending. We'll be back for our next round of racers in April, on April 8th at 5 o'clock as well. So make sure to tune in during that time, as we will be doing all of our next races and figuring out who our top 8 finalists will be for the tournament, which is super exciting. So let's get our, my apologies, please bear with me as I get the scoreboard updated for everyone, and then we can place it up for everyone to see. But I hope you all are having an incredible Friday night. It has been quite exciting doing this tournament live for the first time. Again, if you do have any feedback, because I know we had a couple hiccups and a few things that took a little bit of time to get used to. But if you do have any feedback for us, please feel more than welcome to leave it on the official Cartwrighter Rush Plus Discord. Ice Killer, when you have a moment, if you could please just post that in the chat, so that anybody who would like to join can join when they are able. We do a lot of other things, including besides tournaments, we have a lot of events that you can participate in via Discord, as well as other live streams with lots with different giveaways and different events that we all try to host for the players. So you can look forward to all that. Currently, right now, we have a Guess of the Number event going on, which is very easy to participate in if you'd like to try your luck with that. It is just guessing how many times you think that our previous boss, the Black Tiger boss, was defeated on both the SCA and West servers. And I believe it's the top 10 closest guesses will receive a prize. So make sure to head on over to the Cartwrighter Rush Plus server and check that out if that's something you would like to enter. And we are just doing the last bit. We have one more person to enter in for the two more people, my apologies. Two more people for the scoreboard, and then we'll post that up there. But again, if you have any ideas for events or things you'd like to see on live streams or any feedback for tournaments, please feel more than welcome to go ahead over to our Discord and let us know there. And we'll make sure to gather all that feedback and do as much as we can to bring all your requests to life. Cannot make promises, but we will do our best, because you guys are a wonderful community and we want to make sure that we align everything to what you would like to see. Okay, just a few more minor adjustments. We'll be able to put the final scoreboard on the screen. Thank you so much for bearing with me as I'm getting this all finalized. All right. And again, unfortunately, just to try to save a little bit on time so that you guys don't have to wait too long for the finalized score, they are not in order by points. They're just in order of how they were grouped. But let me go ahead and get that bracket up there for you, friends, so you can see everything. And give me one moment as I just update it real quick. This is our users who are our players who did join us, who were seated into this group. Unfortunately, we did have a few who were disqualified for not making it into the check-in on time. And you'll see that they're designated with little hashes through where the scores should be. So for the people that were able to make it for the final groups, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I meant to put for our final standing for Paramai, my apologies, let me fix that real quick for you. It shouldn't say 10, it should say 50. So let's go ahead and fix that real quick so it has the correct number. There we go, 50. So in first place, we have Paramai with 50 points. So congratulations, you will be moving on. Our other players that will be moving on, remember, it's the top 4 players from each group will be moving on, would be #IS with 35 points, who came in second place. We have Doli Yotiao, who came in third with 15 points. And then rounding out our fourth person who will be joining us from this group with -7 points is Jiao Cake. So congratulations, and also thank you to everyone who was able to participate. I know it's been a long stream, but thank you so much for hanging in there with us so you can experience all the exciting moments of every group and race. Again, our next round of races will be on April 8th at 5 p.m. So same time, just a different date. So make sure you join us. And hope to see you then. Y'all have a wonderful Friday evening and a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye!